guys, I hope you can hear me right now. We are at this is Canarsie Piers in Brooklyn. They're going to be shutting down the roads to JFK. They were supposed to. There was a car. This is the car caravan, and people were supposed to be meeting at the taking the train to the airport, but police have shut down the air train that goes to the airport. So we're going to be riding in this caravan. I'm going to be riding with the rabbis.
We have our church-led Palestinians today with us.
Who's that?
Oh! 1, 2, 3.
You want to say free Palestine?
Free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Free Palestine!
How about you? You want to say free Palestine?
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! I had Andy.
Are we ready to go?
Oh, but we went to the bathroom when I said.
Okay. I'm just gonna go film. I'll be right back. I'm gonna car with you guys. Alright guys, smash that like button, share this stream, it's going to be a busy day. Okay.
Got him off the way, you heard?
Close the door.
The water was here. Water wash my hands. We wash our hands. Free Palestine. This is when
It's okay, it's okay.
Islam, me dá o telefone? Dá o telefone?
All right, ready to go? Alright guys, so like I said, we are joining the car caravan to shut down JFK Airport Terminal 4. So my plan was to take the air train to the airport, but you could only get on the air train if you have a boarding pass. So they completely shut down the air train that leads to the airport. So I decided to come here and join the car caravan.
Try to meet him when he comes out. Yeah. Hey guys, Bob. Yeah. I'll see you over there.
All right, so we have United States Park Police here, NYPD. So what police are doing is they're only allowing a few people at a time to leave this parking lot here. We have one supporter, one Israel supporter.
Hey, they want
Alright, so they're gonna start letting people out now.
Are we stopping?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going in them. Thank you. Come on, guys, I'm hanging outside the car for you. Smash that like button. What's up, dude?
Guys, please, I can zoom up here and if you want to go to another car that's better, I have no idea. I'm trying to go on with this.
No, that's okay. I'm okay here.
I'm going to go on with this.
Police is not happy. They're telling everybody to sit back down. We even have some people on the other side who are not part of the caravan honking in support. Rabbi, you want to give your thoughts on what Israel's doing to Gaza?
Well, what Israel is doing is anti-God. With the help of the Almighty, we are pained. We're coming here, we're smiling, but our hearts are full of pain. This is something that the atrocities, the mass slaughter, the word, this unspeakable crimes, the unspeakable suffering that is happening to the people of Gaza is something that we dare not be silent. Because we are Jews, for us it's a double Nakba. It's a Nakba of what they're doing to the people of Palestine, the people of Gaza, but it's being perpetrated in our name, in the name of my religion. And my religion is so clearly opposed, so contradictory to what they're doing. It's something called godly. It's religion. It's subservience to the Almighty, who's all compassionate. How dare they commit these atrocities, these evil, to a people, a whole nation. It's just beyond words. And as Jews, we have been taught that we must stand up, we must protest, we must have the world here, and we plead with the world leaders, that just like South Africa perpetrated a racism, a blatant racism for years and years, and was respected in the world body of the United Nations, and the ones who dared to speak up were arrested, as Nelson Mandela, for 27 years. It doesn't prove anything that it is righteous or it is legitimate. The same thing is here. The world will wake up one day and cry and have a guilt of what is happening to the people of Palestine. We, therefore, as Jews, we are pleading, we are trying to get the world leaders, and we will, inshallah, with the help of the Almighty, have the world leaders change, and with God's help, stop the end, there will be the cessation, the end of this oppression of the people of Gaza, the people in refugee camps in Sabra Shaltila and Barajna, all over there where they're spread out. They will have their freedom. That is certain, because it's God's world. God is compassionate. But we have to pray to God that He should bring this about immediately, and we have to stand up, and we are, thank God. We have my brothers around the world, my sisters, our Jewish women are praying and crying, but the men folk are out there on the streets demonstrating, whether it is in Al-Quds, in Mea Sharim, in Jerusalem, whether it is in throughout the world, in England, in Argentina, wherever we have our very religious communities. We are out there speaking up and telling the world that God wants the freedom in Palestine. God wants the people of Palestine to have back their lives. So please help us bring this about. We are here, flying around going around, going in a car, in a car march, or whatever you would call it,
Caravan, yep.
in a caravan here, going around to the airport, and hopefully that message is going to fly around the world from the airport on to let the world hear that they have to wake up now, and now is too late, but they have to wake up now and stop and save the people of Gaza, the ones that are still alive. And we hope with God's help that we will be able to embrace, we as Jews will be embrace the people of Gaza, and that they should have back their lives, their freedom, with the total free Palestine sooner nowadays.
Thank you very much.
You know, I'll tell you something else.
Yeah, I'm over here.
Yeah.
If you look into the mirror,
yeah.
I'll get you in the mirror.
You know, our religious communities in Europe, way before they made their state, were yelling and screaming and actually banning the organizers of Zionism from trying to give their speeches in the Jewish communities. They recognized from day one that this is, a base rebellion against God. That it's, it's a nationalism that's totally estranged. I mean, it's just contradictory to our religion. They said, where do you have a right even to contemplate making a nationalism? We're a nation to serve God. We have a nation of 3,000 years to serve God, and we're forbidden to create a nationalism. This is not Judaism. It's an ersatz Judaism. They're simply, you're not satisfied with our religion. What are you trying to masquerade in our religion to gain legitimacy? A little respect. Right. But we were dealing with people who don't have God's morals. So, that would be, so they didn't at all reckon with the words of the rabbis. Obviously, to them, they scorned the rabbis. And when our rabbi said, it's God who protects us, why are you looking for protection? It's the Almighty who protects us, who's our Father, who's our Master. How dare you to come along and say that God is weak, that was their whole, one of their root issues, that they said that, where's God to protect us? 2,000 years we're suffering. And, so they spew blasphemy. And the rabbis said to the youth, and they pleaded with them, they said, stand far from these guys. This is not, they're just trying to use emotions and concepts that are not Jewish, and they're using the Star of David. They're just trying to get you to ensnare the youth into them. But kids are rebellious, and so they were able to, unfortunately, ensnare people who are rebellious youth and people who didn't know the Torah. So right in Europe, it was maybe a whole 50 years that they were fighting them. And when they came up to Palestine, the chief rabbi of Palestine, in the 1920s, was Rabbi Zudenfeld of blessed memory. And he went and he spoke with the king of Transjordan and put advertisements in the Arab newspapers saying, this is not us, this is not the Jewish community that we're living together with you for these hundreds of years. So forget, it's not us, just we have nothing, we don't want this. And then when he passed on, it was Rabbi Dushinsky of blessed memory, and he went to the United Nations delegation. It's in their records. He said, we furthermore wish to express our definite opposition to a Jewish state in any part of Palestine. Didn't even have the name Israel yet. He said, we don't, it was in 1947, July 16th, 1947. It's their records, the United Nations records. He said, we don't want this. And he was the leader of the Jewish community. But they were ignored and they made the state, We would oppose this state, even if it would have been an uninhabited, desolate land. We would oppose, because it's not our Judaism. Our Judaism is to serve God, and we're expressly forbidden to make a Jewish homeland, we're supposed to be living amongst the nations and to emulate God, to be compassionate, to show the world an image of a godly person, ideally. I mean, not that we're perfect, but we try, that we should, we try, to pray, to be good, do kindness. You could even see a lot of people who aren't that religious, yet you go to hospitals, you see big, names, Jewish names on the walls, donations, because it's some inbred in them, the concept of charity, that we have to do. Unfortunately, they've dropped a lot of other things, but it's inbred in us that we're supposed to do charity, have feelings for other people, compassion. That's part of Judaism. We say, just as God is compassionate, you have to be compassionate. So the whole concept of Judaism, what our great rabbis taught us, that God, in His perfection, He punished us because we were not worthy enough as being a nation in the Holy Land. So we were dispersed amongst the nations. That's all the prophets say it. Jeremiah, Ezekiel, that's the issue of the destruction of the temple. We were dispersed amongst the nations. Because it's a holy land, we have to be in a high level of holiness. If not, we're dispersed amongst the nations. That came about with the destruction of the temple. But God in His perfection, although we're punished, He had a second purpose of our being dispersed amongst the nations, that we should emanate holiness and people should learn from us while we're living amongst the nations. And that's, we have a dual purpose, to break our haughtiness as a nation, and that we should be also teaching people of what holiness means. But unfortunately, many people drop the religion. They drop because like Reform Judaism started, that they say you don't have to practice the religion. That was the grandparents of Zionism. That's where Zionism emanated from people who dropped it. They lost this godliness. And therefore, like I say, they have no morals. They're ready to sacrifice on the altar of Zionism the abuse of the Jewish name. They're ready to sacrifice the Palestinian people and Jewish people, whoever stands in the way of their solidifying their state. They just, it just gets discarded along the way or murdered. It's a terrible tragedy. But we have a few issues here. We're not allowed to have a state because we're supposed to be serving God, we're not a nationalism. Secondly, we're not allowed to leave exile. It's a decree of God, even in an empty land. And thirdly, certainly not by killing or oppressing or occupying another people. On top of that, there's one other thing. We have to show gratitude for good done to us. It was the Muslim countries in the last hundreds of years, by the Crusades, the Inquisition, it was the Muslim lands that took us in. They took us in. So we have to show gratitude. That's a requirement of the Torah. We have to be constantly grateful and show appreciation for this tremendous good that was done, that we were embraced and we flourished in all the lands. Today is the day. That's my son-in-law here is studying the Rambam, Maimonides. It is the day in the Jewish calendar year of his passing, and Maimonides wrote a letter. He lived in Egypt. He wrote a lot of his books in Arabic, and he even wrote letters to the people of Yemen. It's called the Igeres Teman, where he spoke about how Jews have to remember we're in exile and not try to create our own sovereignty. This is, these are our teachers from hundreds of years that everybody respects Maimonides, right? Even the hospitals are named Maimonides. He was our great codifier of Jewish law. So this is a given by us through the hundreds of years. We're expressly forbidden to make our own land, and we have to show gratitude to the good done. So we cry, we are disgusted, we are repulsed by the vilification of the people of Palestine, of Gaza. How dare they accuse them and vilify and dehumanize the people of Gaza, that they can throw bombs on them daily without any compulsion, without any cessation, as if they're not human. And the world is silent. How dare they do it? We are frustrated beyond words. We try even like a trick, a caravan. We try anything that's possible to get the world to hear and to maybe with God's help a minute earlier stop what's happening to the death of the people of Gaza. We are looking to the day we can run in there and hug and help them and bring them back to their lives. I carry around this key. This is from Baja Barajna. I was in Baja Barajna, the refugee camp. We cried with the people we were in Sabra Shotil, Baja Barajna. We cried with their suffering, and they gave me a key, a symbolic key of their homes in Jerusalem, and I carry it around with me all the time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who are a lot of people think that what Israel's doing is protecting Jews in Israel, but actually it's making them even more unsafe. Is that correct?
100%. I mean, think about it. It's mind-boggling. Jews lived for hundreds of years in harmony, in peace, in the same courtyards. I have many people on this caravan, our children, grandchildren, and some of them themselves left Palestine. They were generations Palestinian, generations. I could point them out to you. 8 generations from Safed, from Jerusalem, from all over. They lived together in the same courtyards. They babysat each other's children. I always carry around this picture. This is how they used to live, Jews and Muslims. You know, this was the given. In the same courtyards, helped each other, babysat each other's children. This is the way it was. What changed? One thing changed. The concept of nationalism. The Zionists come along and they decide to create that state. I carry pictures, different pictures. I have this book that I've carried all around the world with me. This is when the Zionism in 1947, when they decided, they read the Declaration of Independence, yeah, the great historic day, Ben-Gurion's here reading it, and look at who he's sitting around with. Not one of them is covering their head. He's making a Jewish state, Stars of David, this is Theodor Herzl. Not one of them covers their head. They're making a Jewish state. Imagine making a Christian state without a priest, making a Jewish state, make a Muslim state without imams. I was just in Iran. The Ayatollahs are there. That's always the heads, the ones that are given the respect. And here you're making the Jewish state, and they're sitting there. Not one of the guys covering the heads. They didn't even put God's name in the declaration. They put at the end of it, Sor Yisrael, Rock of Israel, because the people were so upset. The religious that had the ones who tried to be the hang-oners there, you know, so they put in the word Sor Yisrael to pacify the ones, because they said, how could you not put it? They hate God so much. You know, they even changed the language. They changed the language from Lashon Kodesh, the holy language, which the Torah is written in. They made something modern Hebrew. Everybody's called modern Hebrew. Why? What was wrong with our language? The Torah is written in it. We have hundreds of thousands of books, pages that were written. Everything is in a beautiful language that God gave us.
And why did they change it?
Because they detest God. They instead of holy language, they made modern Hebrew, Ivrit. It's unbelievable. And they made a court system. Why did they make a different court system? We have a Torah. Yeah, we have people studying the Torah at all our rabbinical colleges with people of the book. We have that was given by God, a law system that's perfect. And in fact, the law is that two Jews, if they have a disagreement, it has to be dealt with by a rabbi, you know, who will come and to come to some type of a resolution. It's forbidden to go out of the Jewish court system. Why? Because it's considered blasphemy. In other words, because God's Torah is not. And here they're making a Jewish state. And they went and they made a court system. Yes, they made a rabbinate for window dressing. That's a different story. They made a rabbinate that they should look Jewish, so they can justify that to the world that they have a, you know, for the facade, you know, the masquerade, and tell the world, oh, we're holy and we have a right to take the land away from the Palestinians, and they can march into the UN or into Congress. Always he has to refer to some Jewish, you know, that was God gave it to us. Yet when it comes to their practice, they went and they're constantly perpetrating, crimes against God that are considered the most cardinal crimes. Sharon, going up on the Temple Mount, when it's considered haram, it's considered one of the gravest sins for a Jew since the destruction of the temple, to go on the Temple Mount, because we're lacking the purity. It's considered that you're cut off from God. All our communities, for hundreds and hundreds of years, we pray by the Western Wall. The Wailing Wall, you know, we would never go past there. But they do that. Why? Sharon went there with 1,000 soldiers. They don't care what God says. They need that for his political gains. Same thing. Yeah, it's an agenda. And totally, they laugh, they scorn at anything Jewish. They make a court system. They detested God's court system. So they made a court system. And then they have the Jewish one just for, you see, the duplicity, the hypocrisy in it. In that Jewish law system, it says clearly that it's blasphemy to make to have a different law system. So let us just say conceptually that it's a Jewish state. Then how come you're making another law system when it's considered blasphemy? I'm just giving you an example of the hypocrisy and the whole thing. So a real religious Jew knows that what this whole thing is blasphemy. It's not Jewish. In fact, we put out a book called The Rabbis Speak Out. It's 130-year record. This is already 10 years old. More like around since Zionism started, with the major rabbis around the world, from every community, Sephardic, Ashkenazic, whatever every group that you would want. The leading rabbis, because we had tens of thousands of rabbis through the days, but these are the leading rabbis of every community, each one in their style. This is from Hungary, we have from Poland, from this is England, we have from every single community in their own style. So this is from Yemen, Chief Rabbi of Yemen, he passed on 1979. I mean, you could go through it. We have some Zichmov, we have.
And where can people find this book?
Oh, it's on our site, I suppose. It's the Ture Karta from NKUSA, w.NKUSA. It's a compilation of the major rabbis. I'll quote some of them. Each one in their own style spoke up against Zionism. Yiddish Chofetz Chaim. Sorry. Here you go. This one, he was like, there was a Rambam. Everybody today follows this rabbi. He passed on in 1933, right? 1948 was the creation of the state. That's 15 years prior to that. He was from 1839 to 19, so he lived through the creation of Zionism and so forth. He was a codifier of Torah teaching, and everybody uses and lives and breathes by his teaching, because he condensed the law books and everybody uses his book. So everybody holds by this person his opinion. And he wrote, therefore every man, he said, the Zionists are dead limbs of our people, which causes the entire body to rot. Imagine that. In other words, he considers it like a dead limb that causes it's like a cancer on the body.
Right. Yeah, it's
and
a
that's
disease.
It's a disease. Yep. And this is just one of many. I could go through it. This is so we have. It show you, and the rabbis from day one. You see, these are when that rabbi passed on, the one who I mentioned, Rabbi Dushinsky in 1947, who spoke up against Zionism to the United Nations. It's in their records. We said we furthermore wish to express our definite opposition to a Jewish state in any part of Palestine. If he passed on, because it's a lifetime position, considered one of the greatest positions. Oh, by the way, this is a rabbi was in 1948. He was from the Sephardic, because we have two communities, Sephardic and Ashkenazic. Right. And the Sephardic, he was one of the leaders, was Ben Zion Chazan, of blessed memory. He was living in the old city of Jerusalem. They had a beautiful community together with the Palestinians. And when the Zionists came by the 1948, that War of Independence, he went and took a white flag, and he went to the Jordanian army and took the community over to them. And the Zionists, they warned them they're going to kill them, and they shot him. He had a bullet in his leg. That's how much respect they had for the rabbis. And the community was actually under the Jordanians for the whole term of the war. And they protected them. And the kid disappeared once, so they went looking for the Jane. They brought back the kid. They brought milk for the children, and they took care of them. And the rabbis bemoaned that afterwards. I met rabbis. Two of them just passed away. One passed away this last year. Rabbi Cohen is named. Rabbi Yitzchak David Cohen of blessed memory. His brother lived in our community. This Rabbi Yitzchak lived in London. And they lived in the old city, and they talked about how they was under the Jordanians and everything. And he said afterwards, the war, the Jordanians took the whole community and passed it over to the, out to the Israelis. He said they bemoaned, they let themselves being led, like I'm following the caravan, right? He said, but he said we should have done. He said, no, we don't want to leave. But they always bemoaned that fact that they left. But anyway, this is afterwards when he passed on, that rabbi, the next chief rabbi. There was one between this. You can see that. This is in the streets of Jerusalem and Kikar Shabbos. Tens of thousands of Jews going out to greet the chief rabbi. This has nothing to do with the Israeli rabbinate. The Israeli rabbinate is a farce. Hey. Breaking my camera. That's my fault. I wasn't fast enough. But anyway. So basically this is to show the community is thriving and living and flourishing still in the Holy Land under the occupation. and they refuse to accept the Zionist occupation. There's more demonstrations over there. This is in front of the White House when Netanyahu came.
Yeah, I've seen videos of,
Right.
Jewish people protesting the state of Israel, and they're getting beat up by IDF.
That's 100% so, yeah. And you asked me, you were mentioning, are they a protection? Of course it's not a protection. Because, I mean, I could tell you through the history. I mean, I remember even when people were afraid to go to pick up an orange from a display of oranges. It shouldn't explode. Remember when there were suicide bombers, when there were bombs put into things? People are afraid. That's a life. Even today, they're constantly in fear.
Yeah.
And altogether, Jews live spread out through the world in every community. And here you're concentrating a bunch of Jews in one place, and one outside of the mouth they yell, "Hey, Iran has nuclear power. God forbid they can throw a bomb on us. God forbid." Right? And the other side of the book, they say everybody should come up and live in one area amongst a community that doesn't want you. So that, so it's ridiculous, it's crazy. It's, the whole concept it defies logic. It's an insult to common sense, what they're doing. And it's blatantly anti-Jewish. Whatever they're doing, like I said, they spew blasphemy. God can't protect us. They scorn Jews when they say we look to God for protection, and yet they say Jewish. What does Jewish mean? It's a religion. You believe in God.
Right.
So the whole thing is full of contradictions, full of vicious oppression of the religious communities. Here, you can see, since they created this state, the religious communities demonstrate. We never carry arms. First of all, they get arrested, boys and girls, because they refuse to. It's mandatory military service. We refuse to serve in arms in their army, so they get arrested.
Right. What?
Don't let any more cops pass you, okay?
So they refuse to go to the army, so they become a criminal. You can't travel because you got to the airport. Where's they see in the computer. So they get arrested. Here she's crying. She's carrying a prayer book. They use every psychological thing. They force them into Israeli military force behind bars, and then she's crying. And they're just saying this happens constantly. Boys and girls, we never carry guns in our community. We don't have guns. We don't have knives. We don't train. And here they see what they're doing. Children, you can see children, babies.
Fuck Israel!
See, this is army, military, old men. They assassinate our rabbis from day one. See, this is not just police. These are military. Simply, they're demonstrating, and they brutally attack them, arrest them. This is ongoing. There's thousands and thousands of pictures like this. Here, they drive into them with cars. Here's with horses. They're trampling them with horses. In the head, they bash them in the heads. How many people get maimed and injured? They use here you can see they use spray. They use chemical. It's called stink water that destroys the clothes. That the idea is that they want to discourage people from demonstrating. The poor people, they don't have other clothes. They have they destroy their clothes. You can see these demonstrations. Here you see, this is in Stop Zionist Massacre, terrorist massacre in Gaza. This is in the streets of Me'ashar, where the Jewish community, the heart of the Jewish religious community after they left the old city where they're living now. And here they paint Palestinian flags on the buildings over there. Here you can see, usually we don't have pictures of women because of modesty issues. Here you see on the side they're carrying Israeli flags at some, they're standing on the side here by some demonstration. This is by the Orient House. We had like over 70 rabbis giving over a declaration of loyalty. Palestinian Authority, we had a representative, his name was Rabbi Hirsch, Rabbi Moshe Hirsch of blessed memory. The Zionists poured acid in his face. He lived in Jerusalem, and they blinded him in one eye. He was barely able to see from the other. He used to a few times a year would come out to doctors in England and so forth. This is an interesting picture. This is when there was the attacks, by the Christian, and there was in the Lebanon by the attack on Sabra Shaltila. So the Zionists were actually the Sharon was the general leading it. I think he was the court even maybe in Geneva. I don't remember. He was accused of war crime. He was accused of it, but I think he got actually the ruling was that he was guilty of war crimes, I believe. But anyway, he definitely was the one who was ruling it, and we know he was they had the Israeli planes flying over, shining the flashlights during that massacre in Sabra Shaltila, and basically, yet at the same time, President Yasser Arafat, he sent his soldiers, and nobody even talks about it, sent his soldiers over to the synagogue to protect the synagogue there in Lebanon. Isn't that an interesting thing? And nobody talks about that.
2008 maybe?
You know what? I have to ask. I'm bad with ears. I went a few times. I have to remember. He wants me to go there to the side.
Yeah, we passed the airport. I guess we weren't able to get in.
Okay. He says he wants us to go there. Okay. I'm not sure what he wants.
I'm gonna step out.
You want to go out?
No, right here, right here. Alright guys, smash that like button, share this stream. We are driving along the Belt Parkway here in Queens, New York City. This was a planned action to shut down the JFK airport terminal. Unfortunately, police shut down the entrances and the trains that were leading to the airport. So we are riding in the car caravan, driving on the Belt Parkway now. Yeah. I want to run up ahead and show you guys just how many cars are participating in this caravan. looks like everybody's getting off at this exit here. Maybe police shut down the highway.
Yeah.
No more genocide. No more Israeli occupation. Free Palestine.
Yeah, so as I said, police shut down the highway here.
So you gotta pay to get in the car.
All right, I will.
Now. Okay, what car are you gonna get in?
My car's back
Then you're gonna stay here, you're gonna get in the car. You're now walking on the highway. Okay?
It's a bit, it's a couple cars back.
You think it was a good idea to get out of the car and walk away and start walking?
Yeah, it was traffic.
You think that was a good idea?
Cops always gotta be dicks.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
How's it going?
John, get this dude on the hill.
What?
Get this dude on the hill.
This Jewish guy on the hill.
Oh, he's attacking people? Alright, so this just told me that this guy up here is attacking people. I see him.
Oh, the state of Israel must go!
This is my car, this is my car.
Thank you. What we say to the people, they're doing something which is ungodly. They force the morals of God, what we're doing.
Thank you.
Alright, so what police did there was they blocked the lanes to prevent the caravan from continuing. They're only allowing people who are not involved in the caravan to go, to continue on the parkway.
I think I have to go to the right. 1 second. Laguardia aus der Hand ist okay. 1 second. Let's see which one.
That's where we're going? NYPD decided to join the caravan. This car right here, the police car right here with the thing on the roof, that's a drone. They're at every protest, always flying the drone, surveilling people, taking pictures. Yeah guys, smash that like button, share this stream. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, subscribe now.
We have distinguished rabbis, people who are considered the voice of religion, and they're in total opposition to the existence of the state. There's not an Israeli flag in our communities. Why don't they respect us when we keep on saying and pleading and telling the world that Israel is not Judaism and they should not, they should not occupy, it should not exist. You know, this is something that has to be listened to, our voices, and instead of the whole time the politicians saying, we love the Jewish people and therefore we're supporting the state of Israel in the same breath. No, supporting the state of Israel is creating anti-Semitism, is creating hate, is a quagmire, a death trap, endless rivers of blood. That's what we have from Israel. Again, just go back to history. Go back before the existence of the state. A little more before that, 100 years in the whole history, and even the 75 years at the beginning, Jews were living together with Palestinians. You could take any old Palestinian, take any old Jew from the communities in Palestine, and they'll tell you their narrative of how they lived together in peace and harmony. I'm constantly meeting with old Arabs, old Muslims. Each one has a beautiful, beautiful story about how they lived together, how they helped each other, they did kindness for each other, they helped them in business, and they babysat each other's children. And not only in Palestine, mind you, this is across the board. If it would be in Iraq, in Lebanon, in Egypt, in Iran, and thank God I travel the world. I was in these countries, and I speak to them constantly. Everyone. It's not like it's an aberration. No, it's the given. It's the fact that we live together in all these communities and help each other. And as you can see, I mean, there was no UN or anything. How was it possible to coexist? Yet we coexisted. I was in Yemen 20 odd years ago, and there was a Israel and Zionism, because we are Jews, we have to differentiate between Zionism and Judaism. Zionism is a political movement, egoistic by egoistic people, but Judaism is subservient to the Almighty, which says that in exile we shall not create a supreme state, even if it will be with the content and the agreement of the nations. But what Zionism has done, they not only have they made a supreme state in exile, but they have gone against the nation of the Palestinian people, and they have gone against the two of the main 10 commandments, that says thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, which is a total transgression of the basic tenets of Judaism. So don't get fooled by thinking that Zionism is Judaism. It is not Judaism at all. Judaism is a religion. Zionism is a nationalism. Yeah.
And what Israel is doing now to Palestine, do you think it makes Jews safer?
It makes Jews less safe. It's not only wrong on a Judaic level, it's wrong and impractical on a practical level, because it puts all the Jews around the world into danger, because they claim to speak in the Jewish name, and when all these atrocities have been done in Jewish name, then now the whole world is going to get angry at all the Jews, and then all the Jews are now in danger. So what they're doing now is totally opposite to basic the human mind.
Right. Thank you very much.
How's it going?
What's up, bro?
How's everything, bro?
All right?
Good.
Hey, bud.
Free Palestine! We will never give up. We're gonna stay fighting forever. Fighting for the rights of the Palestinians. Then they got their freedom. We will never ever give up. We will never ever give up. That's a promise. We are here. We are for Palestine. Yo quiero mucho, Palestine. Yo quiero mucho. Viva Palestina!
Yeah. Text me.
Who you want to sign in for?
What's that?
Are you want to sign in?
Yeah. Status Coup on YouTube. Status Coup. Yep. There you guys. Would you like to say anything about the caravan? About what you're seeing? You want to say anything?
I'm impressed. I'm on the Free Palestine, that's all.
Free Palestine. Thank you
Yeah,
very much. What's that? Everything's good, brother. It's a caravan for Palestine.
How far does this go down?
What's that?
How far does this go down?
There's hundreds of cars. Yeah. I don't think we're getting on the parkway though, so.
No, I'm taking the conduit all the way down.
Yeah, it's okay.
Is it backed up all the way down?
I think so, yeah. Sorry.
solid copy.
Yep.
Грайте, грайте.
All right, for those of you who are just tuning in, or if you didn't hear me before, we are in the caravan for Palestine. This was an action to hopefully shut down the JFK airport terminal, but unfortunately, police have blocked all access to the terminal. So we've been driving on the parkway. Hundreds of cars out here. Yeah, not sure where we're going now, but so if you haven't done so already, smash that like button, share the stream with everyone, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to this channel. I'm on the ground almost every other day covering these protests, covering other stories around the city. So once you subscribe, you'll get notifications.
making arrests here.
I don't know. My friend said that they're going to start planning arrest possibly. I wonder if I should get out. This
guy is. Ja, ik heb een tijd pieken zo gauw als het kan. Ja, dat is het. Heb gepoenen, ja, ja. Dat is het, wie is dat?
Alright guys, so the police pretty much broke up the caravan, but people are still driving. I'm not sure if they were actually making arrests at that intersection back there that we passed maybe about 10 minutes ago. I don't know what they would be arresting for, but police, yeah, they never need a reason. They do what they want. So I'm sure police are watching. I mean, never mind the surveillance that they have here on the ground with the helicopters, the drones, riding alongside the caravan. But I do not want to risk them finding out where our location will be. Hang in there, guys. Stick around. I'll be live for a couple more hours. We appreciate super chats and the support. Again, Status Coup is not funded by any corporate donors or any corporate funding. We are completely powered by the people. We do this for the people. So if you can, consider becoming a member. Go to statuscoup.com/join and sign up for $5 to $10 a month. Stick around, guys. We are almost there. So I want you guys to know that there is no mainstream media, no media outlet that has been covering these protests as much as we have. At every protest, I'm usually the only one that's out live streaming, covering them. You never see CNN, you never see these protests on Fox, MSNBC, CBS. No outlet. Mainstream media is doing a terrible job, and that's why we all need to support independent media. Also, today is January 1st, 2024. I would like to say Happy New Year, but unfortunately it is not a Happy New Year. Not off to a good start. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, sure.
So, now, how do you respond to anyone who says that any criticism of Israel is anti-Semitic, or if you're Jewish, you're a self-hating Jew if you criticize Israel?
Well, the help of the Almighty. I mean, first of all, one has to understand clearly for his own confidence, for his own knowledge, that this is Judaism is not Zionism. Judaism and Zionism is diametric opposites. Judaism is subservience to God, to serve God. Zionism is a transformation to nationalism. It's unacceptable according to the teachings. One has to know it clearly by themselves before you approach speaking with other people. And then you have to know that it's just one of the Zionist intimidation ploys to attack, to silence the people from opposing their occupation, and from trying to stand aside and let them continue perpetrating their colossal nakba, their crime. So it doesn't mean anything. Words is nothing. And one should not be silenced. One should be standing up. If one has the power, first of all, the confidence, and one is capable of standing up as much as they can to really stop them in their tracks from what they're doing to the people in Palestine, that would be ideal. But even if one can't stop them, you shouldn't be silent, because God requires us, the Almighty requires us to be outspoken, to condemn, to oppose, to cry out, to tell the world that we hurt, we suffer with the people of Palestine, to let the world know that we stand up for justice, for what's right, for what's godly. It's a requirement of us, even if we won't be accomplishing. So it's really nothing. The words is just the bark of a dog, basically. It doesn't mean anything, but we have to know.
They use that word, anti-Semitism. It's become weaponized now, where everything, any criticism of Israel or any investigation into their war crimes has become anti-Semitic.
Of course, it's so blatantly stupid and false and so ridiculous and revolting, because they are anti-Semitism, as I say. They are anti-Semitism personified. Without them, we can live together.
Right. Let me.
He spit on me.
Oh, what did he do? He spit
on me. You don't see it.
Oh, jeez. Wow. So the rabbi just got spit on by somebody who was passing by. Alright, so we are near Laguardia Airport. Laguardia. Obviously, police have shut down the entrances into the terminals, but the caravan is here and it's shutting down the highway.
Hey, Rabbi, I'm here.
Ik ga maar goed op een plaats, of een slecht.
I don't know why he's telling me to go here.
Okay. I think they're just gonna stay there and block the traffic.
Wat gaan we de mensen doen?
Who's will that?
Let me go see. The police are moving towards them. Maybe they're making an arrest.
Yeah, they can't make arrest.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's get a shot really quick.
Units man, exit 5. On your way.
Alright, I gotta move you along.
Okay. All right.
Guys, you gotta stay in your car. You can't get out on the highway.
All right. The caravan lives on.
You don't fucking die, you piece of shit! Fucking die, motherfucker!
Yo, you gotta move.
One more time to go to jail. You understand me? I don't care you record. Stay in the car, move the car, let's go.
That guy loves me. Hey guys, so if I get arrested today, we're gonna need some super chats for bail money. So super chats are appreciated and welcome. So I saw somebody in the chat asking if reporters, even as a reporter, are you allowed to be on the highway? But no, you're not. Nobody's allowed on the highway, including reporters. Only first responders are allowed. Cops, EMTs, firefighters. The journalists are not allowed to be on the highway.
Palestine.
Well, fuck all of them!
I'm Italian. Also, I saw some people were asking about the TBN microphone. So there's another reporter here. You okay if I show?
Yeah.
Bangladesh, right?
Yeah.
Bangladesh TV. Another reporter riding with us. So that was his TBN microphone. Not our Status Coup microphone. lot of angry people out today. Yeah, it's traffic, yeah. People driving by, giving the thumbs down. Well, some people are giving thumbs up, some supporters, but you know, people are yelling out their cars, spitting on people. Let's see, they got this road closed off too.
What they were doing is if they would see somebody with a flag, they wouldn't allow him, most probably. In other words, they were trying to make sure that, you know, the ones that are for the protest shouldn't come in.
Right.
Take exit 4 on the right to Craig.
So let's see who could guess where we're going now. I don't know if you guys heard me before, but we are heading to the next location. I'm not gonna say where, but if you want to put your guesses in the chat, go on and do so. Guy driving by, he's giving the middle finger. I want to read you guys a post from Within Our Lifetime for Palestine, which is the the group that organized this protest today. They just posted about an hour ago. Victory. Port Authority has effectively shut down all entrances to JFK International Airport for people without a boarding pass. Air train services are closed and cars cannot get into the terminal without proof of the ticket. The airport is swarming with all kinds of law enforcement, and organizers were forcibly removed from Terminal 4. Oh, so I guess some people did get into Terminal 4, but they were removed. We are calling on everyone without a car who plan to come to JFK to instead meet us at the offices of El Al, the Zionist entity, largest airline, for a protest at 100 Wall Street in Manhattan. So some people did make it into the terminal, to Terminal 4, yeah. I don't know how they got there, but...
So what happened?
They removed them. They threw them out. Apparently they were searching cars. There you go, there's some support.
So you've been to the occupied territories. Can you tell people what it's like for Palestinians?
What can I say? I mean, I've been in different places. Gaza, I was in the refugee camps. The refugee camps that I was in was even worse than in Gaza itself, because they're really just piled together. It's like very, very the living space. It's very intense. It's it's very condensed into a small area. So it's really and then it's built shoddily. You see that they're living in very, very tight quarters, and from what I understand, that the water is brackish. It's not pure. It's not the food they get is limited. The electricity they get is limited, and so it's a very, very unpleasant.
Now, what about in the West Bank?
Now,
I saw some arguments where people are like, oh, there's peace in the West Bank.
Right, but I understand from the people that are living there, they're constantly, first of all, they're like a second-class citizen. They're always under observation. They're under, they're under suspicion of, that they're not looked at as like a normal person who lives in this country. He goes and comes. You don't feel like you're suspect, but they're living under the constant, as being as a suspect of a terrorist. So it's with other issues they have, and of course they can't travel to go from one place to the other. So it's very, very it's not a pleasant life.
I saw some videos of like the military going to their homes whenever they feel like.
Right, that's what I said. They're constantly looked at as a suspected terrorist. It's just not alive. It's not.
Either of the two right lanes.
But even whatever the matter would be, even if us as Jews, we would always oppose the whole concept of the Zionist state, even if it would not affect the Palestinians.
Right. And
that being that it does affect the Palestinians, it just compounds this double and triple. So, it's an illegal, according to us, according to God, it's an illegal existence, this Zionist state of Israel. And of course what they do, it's shameful for us, of course, what they were doing to the Palestinian people. Here we're supposed to be a people of God, people of humanity, what people call humanity, we call godliness, to be humane, to do kindness and so forth. So, and to subject them that they should be considered second-class citizens. And again, I keep on reiterating, these are the Muslim and Arab people, the ones who embraced us and gave us a home. So we really, really, really hurt the Jewish community, and constantly feel apologetic, and that this is being done, perpetrated in the name of Judaism, in the name of people who claim to be practicing the Jewish religion, which they're not. They're not practicing it, and even if they may be doing some other of the commandments, that doesn't make them practicing the Jewish religion, because the basics is gutted out of them. So, yeah, like I say, it's for us very hurtful. It's something that we cannot be comfortable and sleep comfortably because of this. That's why we have our lives are entailed, and they're wrapped around with them through the year tens and tens of times that we go demonstrating and speaking out. And this is even before October 7th, where you have this mass killing. I mean, the mass killing, the 1,200 people that killed, of course it hurts terribly, but we stopped. When that happened, we found out about it was on the holiday. We found out the day afterwards. So we don't use, of course, we don't have televisions and stuff. We don't even have the telephones on our holidays. Yes, we heard it the next day, but whatever it may be, we right away stopped and said, well, why did this happen? The Zionists right away condemned, oh, it's the terrible, this Hamas, this terrorist. But I mean, like I said, that's an insult to basic intelligence. What do you mean it's the Hamas? What brought this result? It's an action you occupied. It inevitably would come to one day that there would be this explosion. An action means reaction. If some nation would come and take over from the United States, Rhode Island, the smallest state or something, and they would claim they need the place, they need it after all, they're crowded in the country they're living in. If the Chinese would come, the whole America would be standing up and giving their lives to get it back. We're not condoning the violence, but this is a fact. Here you're oppressing a people. What do you think it will happen? And there was a trickle, at least, of blood constantly for over 75 years, of Jewish blood also, besides who's talking about the Palestinian bloodshed. But so what came this mass murder, meaning the people should turn around and say right away, you Zionists, you state of Israel, you are the ones of the cause of this bloodshed. So instead they're busy yelling to the world shakes their head and says, yeah, you're right, it's Hamas. It's not Hamas, it's the occupation, it's the basics, you know. And so therefore we right away understood this is, of course, everybody, like we understood the next minute that this is going to be further bloodshed and a colossal bloodshed. Of course they're not going to be silent as Zionists, and they're going to try to prove, so they're going to kill a bunch of people because of the 1,200 that were killed. So that's going to bring them back to life. That's the Zionist thought process. We're going to show we're stronger than you. You punch me, we're going to punch you right back. I mean, that's not a Jewish way of thinking. The Jewish way of thinking is, how do we save lives? How do we come to peace? But they're going to show they're stronger. Yeah. Do they bring back one life? No. If anything, they just keep on. More people who are taken hostage are dying.
You can't bomb your way to peace.
Yeah, it's just because God tells us that. Basically, I'm using logic. We don't have to. We don't go with logic. We go with simply, it's God's world. God tells us, do not occupy, do not steal, do not kill. And if you will rebel against God, it will bring to tragedy. It will bring to a catastrophe. We were warned that this is what will be if we try to reestablish a Jewish sovereignty. It says it clearly in the prophecy of King Solomon. We were warned that we're under oath not to leave exile, not to return in mass to the Holy Land. As individuals, with the permission of whoever the rules in the country, like the Ottoman Empire, Jews were allowed to live there. And we were a God-fearing community living in Palestine, a very God-fearing community, and that was loved and respected and lived together with their neighbors. It's only the Zionists came from Austria, came from Vienna, came from where Theodor Herzl was from, and they came Germany and wherever they came from, and they established their Zionist nation, the Zionist state, and that's where the bloodshed is.
Where the Nazis originated from.
Yeah, and it's very ironic, the whole.
Yeah, it is.
And sad. It's very sad. They came and totally disrespected these Jewish establishment that was living there, and ignored them. What do you mean? This community was living there hundreds of years. Where do you come, have the right to come and assert yourself above the indigenous Jewish population? Right. Totally disrespecting them. And at that time it was under the British mandate. The Britain gave them the rights to control over the area, basically. And the Jews living there had to actually fight for their rights, that they shouldn't have to be registered under the Zionists. People don't know that. But under the British mandate, Britain wanted to insist that every Jew registers under the Zionist party. And we happened to have, there was a Dr. Yisrael Dahan, his blood should be avenged. He was a person of Europe in descent. He came from Denmark. He was not religious, and he decided to become a religious. Whoa! Sorry about that.
Sorry.
He decided to become religious, and so he thought to become a good Jew meant to be going to Palestine. He went to Palestine, joined the Zionists, but he was a very serious person. In fact, he was a very, very distinguished. He was a diplomat. He was close with the King of Denmark. The King of Denmark escorted him to the ship when he went sailing to go to Palestine at the time in the 1920s, and there he went, and the Zionists embraced him. They thought, wow, they're going to get this big fish, this guy who's a diplomat, knew many languages, and is going to be very good for them. But it didn't take him long that he was looking serious. He was a serious person looking for the truth, and he became aware right away that the Jewish community that was of Palestine, the ones who were practicing Judaism properly, were anti-Zionist. So he became close with the chief rabbi. His name was Rabbi Sonnenfeld of blessed memory, and he saw what the Jews are suffering through the Zionist community, the Zionist control over there, and he was able to plead their case to the British rulership, and he freed them from having to be under the Zionist control, basically. Then he said he's going to go to British Parliament. In 1924, he said he's going to go to Parliament in England, and he's going to plead their case that they should really just, end this Zionist plan and control, and let the world, let the British leadership know that they're against the Jewish community and so forth. And the Zionists told him they're going to assassinate him, and they did. They called Haganah, which was today the IDF, shot him cold-bloodedly. They assassinated him in front of Shaare Zedek Hospital. I have a picture of the pictures of Zadina Beichel. I'll show you a picture of that. Maybe it's there, maybe it's here. Of his funeral procession. I could show you a picture. We have a picture. It was in 1924. You see thousands of people went by his funeral procession, 1924. Because the Jewish community that was there was very anti-Zionist. But unfortunately, it didn't stop there. They kept on going and getting more power. They got more and more power. Let's see if I have to find the picture. Here, this is Dr. Dahan, and this is the funeral procession. That picture.
Wow. So Tuesday, July 1st, 1924.
Right.
Tens of thousands at the funeral of Professor Yaakov Israel.
Yeah, Israel. Yeah.
An anti-Zionist Orthodox Jewish activist after he was assassinated by the Zionists.
Yaakov Israel Dahan, of blessed memory. His blood should be avenged. He was killed cold-bloodedly, but they were proud of it. They talked about it. They wrote about it. They were proud that they killed him. And so maybe the first famous martyr happened to be a Jew. There's a statue of him in Denmark, because he was considered, he was a very, very, he was a poet, he was a gifted individual, he was a diplomat and everything from Denmark. The king was very close with him, the king of Denmark, and they put up a statue of him. It's still there. Of course, the Jewish community kept on, fighting against the Zionism, and eventually, as we say, in the 90s, when the Zionists were got full control, actually, because the United Nations wanted to ratify the state. The chief rabbi at the time pleaded with them, to no avail, and it was ratified. And since then, we have the sad history of constantly demonstrating and speaking up and pleading and trying to get the world to hear. And the Zionists continually try to break the backbone of the Jewish community. They try to destroy it in any shape, and have no respect for Judaism. They want to make a highway. They want to build a hotel. It happens to be full of cemeteries from the thousands of years of Jews living there. So they have no respect. If they have to, they want to make an extension to a cemetery, they'll just bulldoze right through the cemetery. Now, I can tell you that I was in Egypt and they had to make the ring road because, like in Manhattan, you have big traffic or whatever. So they decided to make a road. It's called a ring road, like circling Cairo, to alleviate the traffic. And in order to do that, there was a very big Jewish cemetery right in Cairo, an old cemetery, very large. So they would have to go right through it, or have to pass through the cemetery. So what they did was, at the cost of millions of dollars, they built big pillars and they elevated it and they made it on pillars, and not to disturb the cemetery. Nobody talks about that because they respect, you know, the sanctity, the sacred of the body, you know, and of the Jewish religion. Now the Zionists, they made an extension to Kavush 6, that's like the main highway, and they just bulldozed right through it, and the Jews went out and demonstrated, and there was blood running like water. The Jews would go out there, our communities, to try to stop them, and have no respect whatsoever. The same thing, the archaeological, they make archaeological digs, because you have Jews, rabbis we know, that died 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. They know the exact date, so of the bones of the, you know, of the person that's buried there. So they would, for them, it's a boon. You know, they're able to study it. They want it very much. So they have no respect. They dig up graves. So our communities go out and stand in the way of the bulldozers, and they attack them. They beat them, arrest them, and some of them they kill. Simply because so they have total no respect for the Jewish law or the sanctity of Judaism, the sacrilege of the you know, of the bones of the people. There's nothing, no respect whatsoever. And the same thing is with autopsies. We consider, again, the body is holy, and the person dies, God forbid, you're not allowed to just cut him up. And they do that. So we have whole committees that if somebody dies, they immediately run to the hospital, have a group of people who stand by the body, not to take it out of the sight for 1 second, in order that because if they do, it leaves the site for 1 minute, the hospital takes it, and they make an autopsy on it and use the body parts. So this is ongoing. We have the whole way.
I hope you know that you're really, you know, we have an audience here. You're really inspiring people, and people are thanking you for standing up and speaking out, and the work that you do. So I just wanted to let you know
Thank you, I appreciate it. It's our obligation.
Almost at Wall Street now, just a few minutes away. Wait, you put this book together, huh?
Sort of.
Yeah?
Yeah. But it's just documents. It's not, you know, it's not just, it's a compilation of documents.
Yeah.
Just some basic documents to show, you know.
What's that?
It's just some basic documents, you know, showing from the Jewish rabbis who opposed it, and also from their own statements to show how anti-Jewish they are. Like you have some of these things here that are just wild.
Take exit 2 on the right to Brooklyn Bridge, then keep
Yeah, this is the Chaim Weitzman by the read that. Read, it's unbelievable.
One where it says Palestine cannot absorb the Jews.
I'll tell you what the issue was. It was in the middle of when the Nazis were starting to kill Jews. So in Europe, and you know, the anti-Semitism was tremendous. So they had a meeting of Zionists. Like I say, the Zionists were well established already by 1930s in Europe. It was before they made the state. Whoa.
Civic Center.
What's the thing at 10? Yeah, so basically, so the Chaim Weitzman, you have to read the words. He said these millions. So they discussed that they should give money for the cause of saving Jews. So he said, we want these millions of Jews are dust on the wheels of history and may have to be blown away. We don't want them pouring into Palestine. We don't want Tel Aviv to become another low-grade ghetto. In other words, Jews look like me. He doesn't want, you know, these ghetto Jews. You know, he didn't want such type of Jews there. It's unbelievable. He sounds like the worst anti-Semite. The millions of Jews are the dust on the wheels of history. He doesn't want them. Let them die. It's unbelievable. That's Chaim Weitzman, the first president of Israel, the one that was pivotal in the creation of the state, because Britain was very thankful to him. He was a scientist. He created some type of like dynamite or something. He helped them by World War I, and they wanted to thank him. They said, what could they do for him? So he helped them. So he asked that they should help establish a state of Israel. He was pivotal in the creation. He was the first president. And then you have in that book, if you'll open, I'll show you a page to before. Where's that book? The Größe.
First right.
Let's see where this is. This is Theodor Herzl, the father of Zionism. He says, the way to solve the problem of this is in his own diary, the way to solve the problem of anti-Semitism is to speak to the head priest of Vienna, to get an appointment with the Pope, to make a mass conversion of all the Jews of Austria to Catholicism. That's a solution, that we should drop our religion. It should be done on a Sunday, in the middle of the day, with music and pride, publicly. We are the last generation to hold on to the faith of our forefathers. It's crazy stuff. You would think Jews gave their lives throughout history. My grandparents were killed in Auschwitz. They all died because they're Jews. And they give our lives for our religion. They should all take a mass conversion to Catholicism. Imagine this. This is the hero, the father of Zionism, the establishment of the state of Israel, that supposedly the insurance policy for Jews to have a place. He said they should all come. And Vladimir Jabotinsky, also one of the fathers of Zionism, he was the mentor of Menachem Begin. He was the founder of revisionist Zionism. And he put in a newspaper, in Haaretz newspaper, in October 22, in 1919, way before they made it. They were the fathers of the Zionist movement. And he said, in the national home, this is in the paper, he wrote this proudly, yeah? He said, in the national home, we will announce that those Jews who have on themselves the rust of exile, and they refuse to shave off their beards at earlocks, this is earlock payas, it's called by us, will be second-class citizens and not have the right to vote. They're making a Jewish state, and Jews who have beards will not have the right to... You know, there was a rabbi, when he read this to his students, he said, I'm going to read you a statement. Tell me who said it. So everybody said, the Nazis said it. Yeah, the Nazis said it. The Zionists said it. You understand? That's who they are. They're so hypocritical. They're so false. And to the world, they tell the world, oh, we are the protection of Jews. We're the saviors of Jews and Judaism. And they roll their eyes when Netanyahu, when he goes to the UN and talks about how God gave us the land. These guys are such hypocrites, so false, it's beyond words. They hate Judaism, they hate the religion, they want a simple nationalism, and they're simply abusing and using the religion, occupying, killing, stealing for their selfish agenda. Yeah.
I hear the chants.
Somewhere's near.
Yeah. Alright guys, we are near Wall Street. People are showing up now. Do you mind if I get out here?
Go.
Financial district. We are just down the block from Wall Street. A couple of cars from the caravan are just arriving here. Actually, this is our car.
From Palestine to Mexico. charge you with genocide.
Netanyahu, you can't hide.
Netanyahu, you can't hide.
Did I meet you in Staten
We
Island?
charge you with genocide.
Yeah. How are you?
Netanyahu, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
Ho, ho. The occupation has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. The occupation has got to go. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. The occupation has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. The occupation has got to go.
So I just hopped in the caravan.
Occupation no more.
I'm okay, thank you.
Special settlers out of state. So free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. From there your virtues are free.
All right, guys, give me a few minutes. I just got to get myself situated here. They haven't started with the speeches yet. The organizers actually just got here, so they'll probably be starting soon. But give me about 2 minutes. I want to get situated, and then I will go back in the middle of the crowd and start filming again.
What do we want? What do we want? If we don't get it, if we don't get it.
Just want to thank you guys for sticking around, for watching, for watching the caravan, and for sticking around. Thank you.
Resistance is justified. When people are occupied.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Settlers, go back home.
Settlers, go back home.
Palestine is our home.
Palestine is our home.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Gaza, you will rise.
Gaza, you will rise.
Palestine will never die.
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, you will rise.
Gaza, you will rise.
Palestine will never die.
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, you will rise.
Gaza, you will rise.
Palestine will never die.
Palestine will never die.
End the blockade, break the siege.
End the blockade, break the siege.
Gaza will be free.
Gaza the blockade break the siege.
Gaza will be free.
Gaza will be free.
And the blockade break the siege.
And the blockade break the siege.
Gaza will be free.
Gaza will be free. From New York to Gaza.
Globalize the Intifada.
Globalize the Intifada.
Intifada, Intifada.
Intifada, Intifada.
Long live Intifada. Long live Intifada. Intifada, Intifada.
Intifada, Intifada.
Long live Intifada.
Long live Intifada.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
I gotta get myself a drink, guys. I haven't ate today. I'm very thirsty, so I gotta get a drink, and then I'll go back to the protest. All right, gotta hold off for now. There's a large march. Gotta get that drink now. Gotta get some caffeine in me to keep going.
نستخدم الحمام يدل على بسهولة فاهم؟ عشان فويتد يعني اوفر وايد هيك جدا وايت صوص المورفي عندي جرين صوص ايوه جرين كفاية يلا وانت وين انت وين والله
So I'm going to be wrapping up soon. I'm going to see if there's any speeches. We've been live for over 3 hours now. And I just want to remind everyone that Status Coup has been the only outlet covering these protests. You won't see CNN out here. You don't see Fox out here. You don't see MSNBC. No mainstream media is out here covering these protests. Only Status Coup. Almost every other day we are out here on the ground covering these protests. So if you appreciate this coverage, if you want to keep supporting, subscribe now. Subscribe so you get the notification for when I go live again later this week.
Thanks. I look forward to the picture.
Oh yeah, this one.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
We have caused a major disturbance to New York City. We have caused a major disturbance to people trying to flee. There are people that are attempting to go into Israel, to go into occupied land, to join a genocidal entity, to join a genocidal military force. And today you sent them the message that within New York City, in the heart of the belly of the beast, you told them that no more. You let them know that so long as we exist in the heart of the city, so long as we belong to New York State, a shameful reality is attached to us, and that is, this city is one of the largest, if not the #1 supporter of this genocide. It is the #1 investor in this genocide, and we are here to remind them, just as you did today, that no more will they get to do this in peace. We will disturb them every single day. We will show up for them in these streets. We are going to show up every single place we can. We are not here for white comfort. We are not here for imperial comfort. We are not here to make you comfortable. We will shut down these institutions every single day. And as people trickle in, because a lot of people are still shutting down bridges and shutting down infrastructure, yeah. We send a message to our spineless, to our disgusting, to our depraved public officials that if they side with genocide, the people of New York City are here to remind them that we do not, and that we will stand on the side of the Palestinians. We will stand for their liberation today, tomorrow, and every single day by any means necessary. We are not here to hold parades. We are not here to hold carnivals. We are not you of a bitter reality, of a bloody reality, that our hands are soaked in blood, that our checks are soaked in blood, and we are here to remind you that so long as the stench of that blood is beneath our noses, so long as we smell it, so long as we see these children be bombed by our money, so long as we are invested in this genocide, we will invest in disturbing your peace every single day. And if they think that the winter cold will get us to be spineless just as they are, if they think the winter breeze will get us to stay in our houses and be complicit and silent, then they are so mistaken, because this is just the beginning. So JFK and Port Authority and the NYPD, as they are scrambling right now, trying to figure out what to do with themselves, just know that this scramble, that this loop, that this dizziness you feel will be your reality. That this is one of many, that this is just step one, that we will not watch our people be killed. We will not watch our people be killed and stay silent. We will not watch in silence. We will not. We will disturb you today, tomorrow, and every single day. So today, you are one of many, and tomorrow, you will be one of many. You are one of many in a global community, gathering together, mobilizing together to make your voices clear, to make your stance clear, but not just that. You're not merely here for a performance. You are here in the belly of the beast. You are here in the heart of empire in New York City. You are here to disrupt commerce, to disrupt any funding for this genocide. So be proud that you are part of this. But more than be proud, just take a moment. Take a moment to realize that there are over 25,000 people that were killed using our money, and that there are many still in the rubble, that as we gather here, there are bombs hunting down Palestinians in Gaza, not just Gaza, in every inch of Palestine. There are people being killed, tortured, raped in your name, and you cannot afford to be silent. You cannot afford to just show up once. You cannot afford to be scared by the cold. You must give up your comfort. You must give up your comfort. You must give more today, tomorrow, and every day. And we will strain them, and we will overwhelm them, and we will make sure that so long as the city is invested in the genocide of our people, so long as they love the smell of our people's blood, we are here to be a bitter thorn in their way to disrupt them. And this is the beginning, but it is the beginning of the end of the genocidal entity known as Israel. So death to Zionism wherever it exists, whether it is in our neighborhoods or across seas. Death to Zionism every single place it lays its feet. We will not mince our words. We will not mince our deed. We will not mince our faith. We are not here to make them comfortable, and that I promise you we will not. So follow within our lifetime. Bring your friends to every rally you can. Organize autonomously. Do whatever you can from wherever you are with whatever you have to make this genocide end, to make this Zionist entity fall to our feet so that we can stomp on it as it crumbles. No celebration! No celebration! Full liberation! Full liberation! No celebration! They'll actually shoot you if they hear you're going to a protest. But the police state here was exposed fully when they had to set up checkpoints on the air train, all along the way on the Belt Parkway, on the entrance to JFK, racial profiling, looking at people who are visibly Arab, visibly Muslim, visibly pro-Palestinian, and denying us entry into the airport. But this is not the first time that there have been protests at JFK, and specifically at Terminal 4. In 2017, when Trump was the president and he announced the Muslim ban, thousands of people went in hordes to JFK Terminal 4. We had protests inside and outside, and it wasn't one time or two times. It was over and over and over again. And when the Port Authority and JFK tried to shut down the air train to prevent protesters from going in because Andrew Cuomo was a so-called Democrat and he's at odds with the Republican administration at the time with Trump, he actually demanded for the air train to be open to allow protesters in because they have freedom of speech. And these are his words, not mine. But where is our freedom of speech when we try to make our message loud and clear today that while Palestinians are denied freedom of movement, which is exactly what the struggle in Gaza is about. It's not just about the fact that they are being slaughtered en masse. It's not just about the fact that 30,000 Palestinians have been killed or missing under the rubble since October, 10,000 of them being children, but the fact that the majority of Palestinians who live in Gaza are refugees to begin with. They are refugees who are denied their right to return home, which their homes, their original towns and villages are in what is now known as so-called Israel in 48. For people who want to undermine the resistance, who want to blame the resistance for this massacre, remember that in 2018, when tens of thousands of Palestinians marched to the occupation border to demand their right to return home, which has been stipulated in UN Resolution 194 since 1948, they were shot at. Israel set up snipers along the borders that shot at medics wearing white coats. That shot at journalists wearing press vests that killed children. So when they ask us, where is your peaceful protest? Where is your Palestinian Gandhi? Just remember that in the Great Return March, which was a peaceful protest, an Israeli soldier said that he wanted to see how many Palestinian kneecaps he can shoot in one day. He counted 42 kneecaps. 42 kneecaps shot in one day. So when you hear 30,000 dead, just know there are tens and tens and tens of thousands more injured that will continue to die due to disease outbreak, due to not allowing medical care or equipment in because of the siege and blockade that limits Palestinian freedom of movement. So while they can freely move in New York City, Zionists can freely move in New York City and freely take flights the next day to go join an army to kill our people. We are not even allowed the freedom to go get medical treatment. We are not allowed the freedom to return to our original homes and towns and villages. For the people saying that this is not how you get people on your side, we're done begging for people to join our side. We are going to make you support the liberation of Palestine. If you are frustrated with traffic, if you are frustrated with missing your flights, guess what? We are frustrated too that we are losing family and loved ones by the thousands, that our people are being annihilated. So if you're frustrated, go take that up with your government that is facilitating, that is funding the ongoing genocide of the Palestinian people. If you are frustrated, tell Eric Adams, tell Kathy Hochul, tell dozens. It just only took several dozens to be able to shut down and cause traffic heading into JFK, heading into Terminal 4. And these kinds of actions can happen every day. You can organize with your organizations. You can organize autonomously. It doesn't have to be a mass demonstration like this. We can disrupt every single day, and we intend to. Keep in mind that while Israel is receiving tens of millions of dollars in military aid, they are only calling for an increase of this funding. They are only calling for an increase of weapons set, and that the NYPD, who are here trying to shut us down all day, who have these helicopters above our heads, trained with the very same fascist Israeli forces that are killing our people in Palestine. And so, it is no surprise that they tried to shut us down today. They tried to pull people over and give us tickets. They tried to fearmonger and silence us by not allowing us to get on the air train, by not allowing us to get into the airport. But they were still not able to keep up with us, because not only did we shut down major roads going into JFK, we also shut down major roads going into LaGuardia. We also shut down the Brooklyn Bridge coming into here. We also shut down the Williamsburg Bridge coming into the city. And we will keep doing this. And we will keep doing this. We will keep doing this because we are sick and tired of our tax dollars killing children in Palestine, killing babies in Palestine. We are horrified by it. We are sick of it. We can't sleep because of it. We can't go to work. We can't do anything. How can the walls continue on as normal and have celebrations while our people are being mass annihilated with your tax dollars, with full support by this government of this country that we live in? And just remember that even though we weren't able to make it physically into Terminal 4 today, we reached our objective, whether we shut it down ourselves or they shut it down for us. Our message today. Our message today was delivered loud and clear, and it will be re-delivered and delivered and delivered until they understand and until they put an end to this genocide. This is why there is no celebration until liberation. This is why in this so-called new year, with the same old genocide that hasn't just been going on since October, by the way, it's been going on since 1948 and even before, we escalate our demands. We escalate our demands. We never merely called for a ceasefire, because from the beginning, we knew that that would never be enough. The bombs dropping on Gaza are just the most recent story, a most recent iteration of something that we've seen time and time again. It's the siege, it's the blockade, it's the occupation, it's the ongoing Nakba. It's the ongoing Nakba that is stealing Palestinian futures, and that will continue to kill and claim Palestinian lives as long as it's allowed to flourish with U.S. support, with U.S. funding, with U.S. media support, with U.S. support in the international arena, with U.S. vetoes at the United Nations, with U.S. media corporations like CNN, like the New York Post, like New York Times, manufacturing consent for genocide. So this is America's genocide. And if Americans are frustrated with these protests, we're frustrated with this government. Go talk to Biden. Go talk to Biden. Go talk to go do whatever you can, whether it's calling representatives, which clearly hasn't worked, clearly hasn't done anything. Find a way to demand attention from your government to stop funding genocide in Palestine. The fact that so many of you here can assemble on a moment's notice, the fact that we can split up a caravan into multiple streets at the same time. This only expands our possibilities. We are able. We are able to do things like this every week, every day, and the sacrifices that we make for this are nothing in comparison to the tens and tens and tens of thousands of lives lost. Nothing in comparison. So we don't care who we inconvenience. We don't care what flight they're missing, because there are 30,000 Palestinians who will never be on a flight again. There are 2 million in Gaza who have probably never been able to take a flight in their entire life because of the siege and blockade.
You're right, you're right.
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
Israel, you can't hold!
Israel, you can't hide!
We charge you with genocide!
We charge you with genocide!
Israel, what do you say?
Israel, what do you say?
How many kids did you kill today?
How many kids did you kill today?
So a few people in the chat giving me shit for buying a Coke. Give me a break, guys. I needed some caffeine. I don't care what I drink. I don't buy Coke every day, so get over it. Alright, so that's it for tonight. I'm going to cut this out now. Like I said, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for people who sign up as members. We cannot do this without our members, so please consider becoming a member. That is the only way we are able to keep this going, to keep our coverage going, to keep doing the work that we do. So if you appreciate our work here at Status Coup, please consider becoming a member at statuscoup.com/join. Sign up for $5 to $10 a month. Also, you can subscribe to this channel. You'll get the notification for when we go live. And that's it. It's been a fun day, wild day. I don't want to say Happy New Year because it's not a Happy New Year. Kids are being slaughtered. Innocent people are being slaughtered right now in Gaza, in the West Bank, in Ukraine. Russia is still committing war crimes in Ukraine. As you guys know, I was in Ukraine for 2 months. I traveled the whole country. I lived under the bombings. I know what it's like to live under bombings, to have to live in a shelter. In Ukraine, we were able to run into the shelter if we could make it there in time. Sometimes we weren't able to make it there. You just have to lay low. And, that's no way to live. In Gaza, there's no shelter. There is no safe place to go in Gaza. So, while you're living here comfortably in the States, or wherever you are, whatever country you're in, just know that people are suffering, people are traumatized, kids are traumatized, and there is harm being done that can never be taken back. So just always consider that. Let's this year, let's try and be more understanding of what other people are going through, regardless if we have the experience that they have or not. Let's all try to be more understanding of others' circumstances. For that, guys, I'm going to sign out now. Thank you. I love you all. Stay safe and keep up the fight, because 2024 is going to be a wild year. It's an election year. So, there's a lot of work to be done in this country and all over the world. So, I will see you guys later this week. I'll probably be live later in the week. So look out for a notification about that, and have a good night.